Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I want to talk to you about why I hate PayPal as an investment for myself. It completely doesn't work for my investment strategy, and I see that this is kind of the new YouTube stock, or one of the newest YouTube stock that everybody seems to be piling into. So I just want to give my opinion on it, and I started doing some digging, and these are the things that I really hate for my investment strategy. And just so you know, my investment strategy is know a lot about a few stocks, research them, be a total nerd about them, and then buy them, DCA into them, and hold them for the next 10-20 years and be a happy camper after. So it's a very simple strategy, but it takes that I focus on a very few companies that I know a lot about. So what makes PayPal appealing? By the way, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and you can also check out my Twitter at @VinceIsBullish. So what makes PayPal so attractive right now? It is that it's freaking cheap. So if you look at all available metrics, this is supposed to be a growth company, a fintech company. And you can see it's trading at a 16p, it's trading at a forward P of 10. The price to sales is 2.3, and price to free cash flow is 19.49. Dirt cheap on all the metrics, okay? But this is just the surface. So what is going on behind the surface? So here we go. I found this tweet that basically sums up my thoughts exactly. So Chamath Palapatiya, I probably butchered the name, but whatever. So he writes, multiple compression is a bitch, Ben Spiro. The most important takeaway for me from Adyan's earnings is the following. Middleman business models are an eventual race to the bottom. Why? So Adyan is like Stripe. They process payments, and this is also a big part of PayPal's business. But as far as I understand or have my personal experience, Stripe and Adyan are eating PayPal's lunch in this specific segment. So why? Because they have two default paths. Path 1, compete for big contracts. This forces you to play lowball on price as the big customers for payments, think customers like Uber, DoorDash, etc. bid you off against your competitors mercilessly. Their reasoning is obvious. Any savings in fees paid to Adyan or Stripe converts to 100% into profit for them, and thus valuation for them. So if DoorDash can bid Stripe vs Adyan against each other and save even 10 basis points, that converts into tens and possibly hundreds of millions of dollars of profits for a company with a huge GMV. It's a no-brainer. It's funny he doesn't even mention PayPal here. A few years ago, you only had PayPal here as an option, and as I said, in this field, the competitors completely took over. Path number 2, you can overcharge the small guys, this is the business that PayPal is in, to make up for the break-even or losses on the losses you run to have the big guys as customers in path 1. The problem here is that you need to become a Swiss Army knife for small customers to stay and not churn. Eventually, by doing everything, you bloat your OPEX with too many people that you will eventually have to lay off, and your product ends up doing nothing very well. Just many things decently okay. Regardless, you lose customers anyways to other best-in-class solutions. Even worse, by focusing on this segment, you also end up hoping for the customer's marginal success, enough so that they can keep paying you exorbitant rates, but not so much that they migrate to path number 1 and take your margin away. That's fucked up place to be. So what happens to these tech middleman businesses? In short, they can grow quickly and have semi-long periods of great profitability, but the market efficiency will eventually catch up with them, and they will be forced to compete with their profits away. They will be forced to compete their profits away to keep growing. It's a value trap, but in reverse. Marginal growth rates seem healthy and infinite, so you forecast profitability out to infinity, but don't model in competitive dynamics and competing away your margins. Good luck to all the players. So this tweet is a super good tweet and sums up exactly my experience. So I used to run an online business that was a startup that eventually didn't make it through due to we didn't find product market fit fast enough, and then we ran out of financing. And I hated using PayPal. The problem is that whenever we used PayPal, it costed significantly more than Stripe, and Stripe had better integrations with all the other programs that we were using. However, what made us use PayPal is that we did see a conversion increase when we added PayPal and customers could choose PayPal. So I hated every time we got paid on PayPal, but we did get extra customers with them. But I definitely feel that Stripe and Adyen are getting all the big companies' transactions because they're just so much cheaper, and PayPal doesn't really or can't really compete with this. And PayPal is definitely on this path number 2, where they are charging very high rates for small businesses and hoping that they don't grow. And it's very hard for me to own something where I hated the company when I was working with them. And that is really my story with PayPal. But this is, again, not the only problem. So we know that they're cheap. We know that the business section that they're in is very, very competitive. And here's the so when you're betting on this company, again, as a trader, I don't blame you. Maybe you will probably make money on this trade because the stock is undeniably very, very cheap. But when you're buying this, you're betting that they are going to turn the ship around and they will go back to growing and, start getting market share, and, the profits will continue to go up. And that is, it's not really what I see. This is, for example, their total active accounts. You can see that many quarters ago in Q1 2022, it was 429 million, and then it went to 432, 435, and it's been decreasing for 2 quarters in a row. And maybe this is nitpicking but we can agree that this is not growing. This is not a sign of a growing company. However, it's showing that they are getting more and more transactions per users, which is, I guess, really good, because it shows that the ones that are staying and not churning from the platform, they really find value. But obviously, if you're not getting new customers, this growth is going to run out. And anywhere you read in this report, they have, low growth expectations. Some things in the mid-teens, some is in the single digits. So there is nothing that is exciting here. And the last reason why I cannot think to own this stock is that the stock market right now looks like this. Everything is falling, including the top tier, super high conviction names. It's like, being at a party with all these girls, and then you have this leftist liberal girl with they, them, and green hair that is shaved off, sitting here, and you want to take that girl. And it's just not the one that I would pick. Maybe this is a horrible example, but when Tesla is falling the same as PayPal or even more, when Palantir is falling, when Enphase is falling, when there's fantastic stocks that you can buy and hold for 10, 20 years that can, really grow with very little risk, why would you be looking at, why would you be picking the bottom with PayPal? So that's my question to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you're subscribed, and make sure you hate me in the comments if you disagree, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.